Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit. All right, so Nana, episode 24. Let's go. Goodness. Just trying to remember what happened in the last episode. Where did it end? I feel like there's so much that's changing. Ren asking Nana to move in with him. Nana and Takumi. Nobu attempting and failing to admit his feelings to Nana. Shinichi and Reira, don't really know what's going on there. Yasu getting the call from some sort of music exec or music someone in the music industry. So yeah, there's just a lot going on for like every single character. And so let's see where things progress. Oh, yeah. I guess did she not come back? Oh. Oh my god, what does it say? Oh my god, now I'm nervous because the last time someone said ChatGPT did not come through with the correct translation. So let's see if they're able to do it now. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So tonight I'm staying over at Ren's place. I'll listen to your lovey-dovey stories tomorrow, so don't worry and have a good night, Hachiko. So I guess Nana, this is her basically saying like, yeah, don't worry about me. We'll chat about this tomorrow. I'll stay at Ren's. I'm curious what she's actually going to say in their conversation when they meet up for the first time after this discovery. Like, yeah, let's see. Really? Is this Reira? Oh. Interesting. Who is she speaking to? Is it Shinichi or... Okay. Fascinating. So, okay, so Reira is half... She says American, I'm assuming like white American, and half Japanese. It's interesting. So I've seen actually a couple of things on like YouTube or other social media platforms speaking about the experience of people in Japan, living in Japan, who are half Japanese and half something else. Something that I guess was unexpected to me was that a lot of them spoke about like the sort of negative impacts of it, where they felt as though they were a bit discriminated against, in the sense that Japanese people, if you are not fully Japanese, then you're not Japanese. Like that's just at least a sentiment that was repeated and pretty common within some of these videos. So that's one thing. So her comment that like it's better for the Japanese public to believe that she's completely Japanese for, I guess, fear of potential backlash or her not maybe being as popular as she is, was a bit was the implication, I think. But I thought it was interesting that she specifically said that they would in a way kind of excuse her looks and her talent, and say like the reason for those are because she's half white or half non-Japanese, which is a bit interesting. I don't know, at least for me, the more interesting part is the idea that only being half Japanese or being half something else will make her a better singer. Like, I don't know, that's something that's a bit odd. Like, I don't really understand how that would sort of be an explanation for it. So it's interesting that that's something that kind of plagues her, that in a way having to sort of hide aspects of her identity, kind of puts her in this position where she isn't able to like live kind of authentically and honestly, like with, her fans. Yeah, it seems that that's something that really weighs on her in some way. But I'm curious who she was speaking to. Was that Shinichi? Was that someone else? Like, who was that? Wait a minute. It's not Yasu, is it? Actually, now that I'm reading that, yeah, I have actually a bit more to say. She said the agency said it's better if people think I'm outstanding despite being Japanese. What does that mean? I don't know if this is like maybe a translation thing and maybe it has a less negative connotation, but this idea of like she's amazing despite being Japanese, as if she couldn't be both Japanese and talented, is a bit odd. And I'm sure there's some sort of social or cultural explanation for that mentality, but that is a bit questionable. Am I supposed to recognize that lighter? Whatever. I'm sure we'll figure it out later. Something else that this reminds me of is just a lot of the like personal restrictions that are put on like idols in sort of East Asia. I think primarily in like Korea, and I think maybe a bit in Japan as well. Like they're just very, very strict about how they portray themselves in the media with fans, that like I just feel like it's something that like that level of limitation to like your own like personal expression, I can see having like a pretty intense like psychological impacts like in the long term. Her little baby bangs are so funny to me. Like I know it's like a style now, but oh my gosh. Is he judging? Oh, okay. So it was Shinichi. It was Shinichi. I was like, am I supposed to recognize that lighter? But yeah, okay. Oh my god, not everyone sounds like Hachi. Okay, it was a record company. Yeah, what was he doing with Reira? So odd. Is he okay? He seems down. Like, you know, he usually has like, you know, pretty kind of bright kind of energy about him. But yeah, something seems off. Something must have happened the prior night with Reira. I mean, they showed him with her at like a party or a club or bar or whatever, and he was holding an envelope full of money, and she was standing next to him. Like, was she pimping him out? Like, what's going? I don't know. What's going on? Oh my god, mama. Nice, that's amazing. Oh, okay, so it's a big one. That's so big. That's so big news. And I like that, like, Yasu's their representative. It only makes sense. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, don't be too confident now. You gotta... Don't be overconfident, because now I'm getting scared. Oh, is she piecing it together? I mean, yes, she's aware. Yeah, like, why are you apologizing? Oh, is she gonna tell her? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens, whether it's, you know, in friendships, but I think more especially with, like, roommates. If both people are seeing someone, it's very likely that they will see significantly less of each other. Especially, you know, the both of them seem to be relatively considerate people, so they're not just going to be bringing, you know, guys over willy-nilly, but, like, maybe this is sort of the beginning of their relationship sort of drifting apart. Especially if Ren asked Nana to live with him. Like, yeah. Oof. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, so she recognizes that. Nana is really trying. Yeah, I was gonna say, trying really hard to be encouraging. Yeah, why? I mean, a little bit. I was gonna say, I don't know about love, but yeah. Mm. Wait. Okay, wait. That was actually very interesting. I might have to like rewind to also talk through it. Again, with Nana or with Hachi being very like surprisingly thoughtful and self-aware, then, you know, she sort of portrays herself to be. Yeah, so it is interesting, and some of the commenters helped me sort of better understand Hachi's perspective on Nana. In a lot of ways, like even in her response here, I think actually Hachi's assumptions about Nana's reaction may definitely have not been super unfounded, because basically, you know, the way Nana responded saying, oh, well, you know, yeah, of course I won't judge you because, like, you're in love with him, so it's fine. And it's like, that's actually not the case. I mean, Nana, you know, internally admitted it to herself that, yeah, I don't actually think I love him. I actually think I view him the exact same way I did before I met him. I view him as this idol, as alluring figure, sort of larger than life, I guess, like figure. But yeah, I don't really like him as a person. She's like, I think he might be the worst, which I love. But yeah, so in a way, it's like where I think the judgment that Nana or that Hachi was expecting from Nana is that, like, it's the issue isn't her having a thing with Takumi. It's her having a thing with Takumi despite the fact that she doesn't actually like him or love him or have like actual real genuine feelings for him. So it's like it in a way, I think Nana, at least just based on her comments, it seems like it would be justified if there were romantic feelings involved. If there are no romantic feelings involved and it's just purely casual and just, you know, based on, you know, driven by like desire more than anything, I think that's maybe where Hachi feels the judgment will come from. And I don't know. I mean, based on her comments, maybe there would be judgment there. It was interesting. This way in which the two of them are different. I think especially considering like their personalities and the way that you would, you know, just observing them and the way that you would assume they think about relationships and romance and sex and all these things. You would think that maybe Nana would be a bit more casual and just like, yeah, whatever, do what you want to do, without any like real qualms about it. And you would think Nana K would be the one who's like overly romantic and everything, you know, she would never do anything if there wasn't like a basis of like love present. But really it's sort of the reverse. Like the bad, cool chick is the one who's like really a lover girl at heart, whereas Nana K, who seems very like, you know, like naive, excitable puppy girl who just, you know, loves to love, is the one who kind of takes a different route where she's a bit more, I don't even want to say it's not jaded, but a bit more open and sort of freewheeling and uh, modern, if one might say, um, in her approach to like sex and involvement with someone. Um, she doesn't have like that. Love is not a prerequisite in the way it is for Nana, and so it's very interesting, the juxtaposition between the two, as well as like the juxtaposition to like their own images. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh. Well, I want to use this time to humbly apologize to Nana K for doubting your read on what Nana O's sort of thoughts and reactions would be to your actions. I was wrong. You were right. Like, I think I got duped by the way Nana O portrays herself as well, and thinking that like, no, she's probably very open-minded about that sort of thing. But it seems that's not the case. Yeah, that's kind of rough actually. Oh man. Oh. I don't think so. Oh yeah, okay, so she's recognizing it with Nobu. Oh. Oh. Uh, not on Ren. Their interpretation of the situation is just so off to me. To think that Ren would be like, oh, because he went to see her after that whole altercation, even though he heard the way that he was talking about her before, he's like, oh no, it means that he must really like her. I'm like, are y'all on drugs? Like, what are y'all talking about? This man clearly does not give a shit about this girl. Oh my god. That's not. Oh no. Oh, okay, so she knows. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, okay, so Nana knows as well. But she's not though. That's a problem. Yeah, he would be such a better match. I love how much time Nobu and Shin spend together. I know Shin is like technically homeless. God, I shouldn't laugh. It's so bad. And so he spends a lot of time at Nobu's place. I just love how close they are, honestly. Oh, Reira. Oh yeah, he's like avoiding her, or what? A suit. I was just thinking that. I was like, is that not his clothes? His closet? What's going on? What's going on? I don't think he's just coming to pick up his lighter. Why does he look so sad? Wow. God. It's like, what is that dynamic? Like, why does he? Because I think previously, right, there was a level of like, I don't know, I don't say excitement, but like kind of like excitement about what he was doing, and he was just like, oh yeah, like there was still a buzziness about him, even in the midst of him doing that type of work. But something just feels different here. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. It gives me like a weird feeling. Oh, okay. I was not expecting that. I already missed that song, that intro. Oh my god, this is so cute to me. Also, them having this conversation with Nana singing in the background is like kind of beautiful. Oh, he said it. What's Nana's reaction gonna be? Love. Whoa. Oh. Oh. Oh shit. What's up with what's going on? Wait. Is it possible that he's developing feelings for her and that's why he's like pushing her away? And being so cold and like distant? I don't know. The English is too much. Interesting. Wait, what? What was that? Oh my god. Okay, I might need like... Guys, I'm feeling so lost. I don't understand. Is it what I said before? That Shinichi has like fallen for Reira and that's why he's sort of acting a bit weird towards her? He also didn't mention, like, it is kind of funny. So I guess she gave him 100,000 yen because that's like what he said when they first met. But yeah, definitely she overpaid. But yeah, him offering like, oh, let me know if you ever want me to come back. I don't know. I don't get it. What's going on? I feel so stupid sometimes watching the show. Because then that's the thing, is if she admits that she's actually not in love with him, then she's gonna get judged. Then she's gonna, people are gonna look at her differently. Ugh, the double standard. I hate it. No, you don't. You don't. Yeah. Damn. That is a difficult position to be in. Oh. This is actually really sad. Ugh. Oh. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Well, why not? Yeah, I think she just needs to, yeah. Mm. Oh, she's gonna be with Ren for 2 weeks. Possibly not. Damn. Wow. What an episode. These episodes have been really have been really something. Wow. I don't know. Where do I don't even know where to start. I guess I could just kind of talk about like really the big theme. I don't even necessarily call it a theme. It's sort of the like primary conundrum of the episode for Nana. Like this is hard. And I think I said this in the last episode, but maybe I just feel, being, I don't know, a person from the United States of America living in 2024, maybe I'm just a bit, I don't know, just like socially distanced. Not like COVID social distancing, but like socially distanced from the like idea of a woman sleeping with someone that she does not have, an emotional connection with or romantic feelings for. Like, in this day and age and in this particular cultural context, it's like not a big deal. Like, it wouldn't be, like, it's just like not as big of an issue, I think. And so I think maybe that's potentially why maybe I'm finding it so surprising and shocking that everyone in this world, in this, or, in this particular sort of social circle, are all sort of making the same assumptions that, I mean, there's no other reason why she would sleep with him if she was not in love with him. And yeah, we do know that he is a womanizer, but at the very least, from Nana's perspective, she was acting within, acting in a place, from a place of love and, romance. When that's not the case, right? And it's like, it's not the case, but she's also not a victim, right? Like, she has personal autonomy and is able to decide for herself like what she wants. Like, while, she did mention a bit at the end where she does feel like sometimes she lets other people make decisions for her. Like, for example, she said if Takumi comes, like, she will likely sleep with him again. Like, that is something that can't necessarily be ignored, right? But I think in the grand scheme of things, really sort of at a macro level, she made the choice. She made the choice willingly, knowingly. She knew that she wasn't in love with this guy. She knew that it was just like, I don't know, caught up in the excitement of wanting to sleep with a guy who she's like been obsessed with and infatuated with as a fan, because she had the opportunity to, and her taking advantage of that opportunity should not be something so like absurd or so heinous or so shocking or so, I don't know, disappointing or so whatever, right? Negative, that everyone, has an issue with it. It's like, get over it. I'm a grown ass woman. Like, I wish, she could take that stance, but I think, like I said, it's specific to like the time and like the specific cultural context. And so if I'm to make any assumptions of, 1990s Japan, this is something that is not socially accepted. Woman is not supposed to have that mindset, is not supposed to engage in these behaviors. Like, everything should, if she's sleeping with a man, it should be because she is in love with him. Whether he takes advantage of her, whether he manipulates her is one thing, but on her end, it just seems like the message being shown is like the worst thing she could be is a woman who is having casual sex, like no strings attached. Like, I don't know, like that I don't know. But it's interesting when Nana brought up what she saw, what she observed between Nana and Takumi when he came to the apartment, and she was, they were in an embrace and she was like crying while he was like hugging her. It was like, I don't know, the way Nana saw it and sort of described it as like, oh no, like I knew that there was love there because of that. And it's like, I don't know, but it does beg the question, like, why was Nana K so emotional in that moment? Was it because she felt like, oh, like, I don't know, was it as simple as like, this is a bit validating for her, and she feels happy or excited about the fact that he still has some interest in her? Or is it that she's like, if I'm able to carve out some semblance of a relationship with this man, then I no longer have to deal with the guilt of like what our relationship sort of began as? Maybe. I don't know. What else could it be? Like, is it that she... I don't know. This is all very complicated. And I think Nana's also feeling that complication as well. She said herself, especially with kind of the Nobu admission, she's even more conflicted because now she feels like she's in a situation where, in a way, she's like trapped with Takumi because, one, everyone now knows that they slept together. Because that's the thing. If they didn't, if none of them knew, Ren didn't know, Nobu didn't know, Shinichi didn't know, Yasu didn't know, Nana didn't know. If this was something that could just pass under the radar, Nana could have, accepted Nobu confessing his love for her and then ending up in a relationship. Like, that could have happened. And now she feels as though she's not able to do that, which is sad because it seems to be like what she actually truly wants. But she feels like now she's like, in a way, cuffed to Takumi because otherwise, like, her reputation is on the line. And that sucks. Like, I hate that's the position that she's in. Yeah. Yeah, she's in a rough situation, and I don't know where she goes from here. Because it feels like everyone is trying to justify it. Like, it's weird because it's like Nana in her mind is trying to justify this as well. And I'm speaking Hachi, Nana, is trying to justify it in her mind and trying to be like, but I think ultimately she knows and, is relatively honest with herself that like, she does not like this guy. Like, there's this image that people have of this like kind of, shocking romance that somehow developed over the course of like that one like mahjong dinner situation. It's like, come on. Like, she knows that that's not true. And I think Shinichi probably is the only other person who knows that that's not true. But it's like, in a way, it's like, it feels like the others, like Nobu, Yasu, and Nana, surprisingly, are all kind of convincing themselves that's the case, that they do really have strong feelings for one another. And not even because that's the thing, at the very least I would accept, like, they're like, oh, Nana probably has strong feelings for him, but he, like, definitely doesn't have strong feelings for her. Like, I would at least respect if they had that perspective. But it's like, they're even, I don't know, like, convincing themselves that, like, yeah, he said that, and like, yeah, that was like kind of scummy the way he said it, but like, he must really be into you. Like, I don't know. Like, I just, it's so interesting. It's so interesting. And it's like, I don't know. I guess they're all kind of operating under the same, like, social dynamic, social paradigm, social expectations. And so that's really coming through, and like their reaction to this entire situation. So I just find it so fascinating. Something else that I don't know what I'm missing, but the Shinichi Reira situation, I feel like I feel like I'm missing something. Like, I don't really understand what's going on there. It's like, did he leave his lighter on purpose? Maybe. But I don't think so. Because the way in which he was just so, like, flippant about it. He was like, oh, I mean, if you want to keep it, keep it. And she was like, oh no, come in, let me return to you. And he's like, pay me. She's like, oh, I don't, I wasn't intending for that to be what this was. And he's just like, oh, okay, if you're not gonna pay me, honestly, whatever, fuck it, keep the lighter. I really don't care. Actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm thinking maybe, especially because they showed the scene in the beginning where she was like telling him her secret about, like, her parentage and her racial identity and, all of that. Maybe what he's doing, maybe his pushback is because he feels not, because I said earlier in the episode that, like, maybe he feels like he's falling for her and he's, like, trying to create some distance. But maybe it's actually the reverse, where he recognizes that she is, he recognizes that she actually is falling for him, and, is talking about, secrets that she hasn't told anyone else. She's, inviting him over and wanting to hang out with him without it being actually something sexual, and it just be them spending time together. She was like, when she returned his lighter, when, he was at the elevator, she was like, I'm so sorry, like, please don't be mad at me. Like, those are the behaviors of someone who has feelings for the other person. And so I think maybe it's him actually trying to create space, trying to create distance, like, trying to keep, like, professional distance, which professional, like, crazy, but professional distance away from her, because I think he recognizes that there are feelings developing that goes beyond the scope of his services. I'm maybe that's where I'm landing right now, but we'll see for, these other episodes. But I'm trying to think what else. I'm excited to see what happens. It's like the way that they built up the concert, and it's like, there's going to be a scout coming, and depending if we perform well, then we might get a record deal. But also the slight overconfidence from Nana of, like, oh, if he sees us perform, that's it. We're going to kill it. Like, obviously, like, he'll love us. Like, there's no other alternative. Like, that level of confidence makes me a bit nervous, because it just feels like something is going to go wrong during that concert. Which would just be so sad, because they've been working so hard. But yeah, and then just lastly, Nobu. I just feel so sad for Nobu, especially knowing that Nana also either has feelings for him or would be willing to date him. which I guess are kind of two different things. But yeah, I'm glad he was able to, finally come clean with his feelings for Nana. But yeah, the fact that he's like, but, I know you're in love with Takumi, so don't worry about it. I'm not trying to step on that. I'm not trying to interrupt that. So honestly, let's just go back to normal. Everything's fine. Don't worry about me. Like, it's so tragic because it's like, it's just this one thing. It all goes back to Takumi. If he did not open his fucking mouth, then this all would have been fine. None of the guys would have known what happened. Nana wouldn't know what happened. And so, really, this could have been kept under wraps. And they could have, moved forward with, like, their lives. Nana could have maybe finally been dating Nobu, and their relationship would have been cute too. I could totally see it. Well, hopefully they still have a chance, because I would hate for Nana to be basically trapped with Takumi just because they decided to sleep together. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out where things go from here. If y'all are interested in continuing to follow along, please subscribe and comment. I mean, I love seeing everyone's comments. If you go through the comment section, you'll see that I basically reply to every single comment. So love to interact with you guys. And so definitely leave a comment and leave a like as well if you, are not super wordy, but you still want to show some sort of support, but you also don't want to go too far and subscribe. I get it. I totally get it. So if you're, sort of in between things, like you kind of want the lowest effort means of showing support outside of your view, of course, then, leave a like. If you want to do a little extra more, you can leave a comment. If you want to go above and beyond, feel free to subscribe. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.